These are the jerseys that I frequent. I sidelined the Zeke jersey last year um, because I knew with him wearing 15, I wasn't going to wear something that wasn't his number anymore. That's fucking dead. The first one I ever got was DeMarcus Ware. My dad gave me this 2015 as a Christmas present. And he was always one of my favorites to wear because I never seen anyone wreck the game until MICAH. I've also got a couple of others in here. Trayvon's here. He probably won't be on the team anytime soon, so might as well throw that in the can. And then the one guy that remains, the one guy that keeps getting paid, and the one guy that is the only guy that I could wear if I was still even able to fucking root for this team. Yeah. So let's get into this thing. Let me get set up. So it's the first time I've been up here in a minute. I've not uploaded on this channel outside of anything related to like my work outside all summer. And I thought about talking about this MICAH situation for the longest time because it was something I thought, like, why is this a problem? And before we really get into the brass tacks of the trade itself, look, Dallas is. I am so glad that Dallas is not the city I live in, because I would be woken up with fireworks. I would be woken up with as fireworks. This is just insane. Yeah, Dak Prescott is going to have to carry this team, if that's even possible, in an insane way. The only thing that I keep on saying or seeing is why. Like, why? What in your mind, in your dumb geriatric mind, makes you think that this is okay? And I love what Jordan Schultz is doing right now, covering this situation. As of right now, the main things that I have said is, or the main things that I have seen is, nobody thinks that that the Cowboys are sensible. NFC executive saying the Cowboys make no fucking sense. Another one saying, why on earth would you do this and not in March? Beyond idiotic. Yeah. It's just insane. Yeah, generational talent. You trade him at the wrong time. You waited way too long. 26 years old. And the Packers are still the youngest team in the league. They didn't sacrifice their future. They have their future. They have their future. And what do the Cowboys have? Isn't that funny? What do the Cowboys have? We have 2 firsts. We have 2 firsts. And Kenny Clark. I mean, at least we got a defensive tackle. And we waived Ryan Flournoy. Can't even forget about that. Oh, my God. It's so bad. It's so bad. Like, nobody thought this was even possible. And to think that this team floated this around in 2023 is beyond idiotic. It is beyond idiotic. And Nick Harris from 105.3 The Fan said this: the idea of sending Micah Parsons away is past the infancy stage of an idea, as the team is seeking a quick resolution before the start of the season. For the Cowboys to engage in a trade, the deal would not only have to include substantial draft capital, but a player who can immediately contribute. You didn't even do that. Substantial draft capital. You're gonna get 2 late first-round picks that are practically going to be second-rounders with how late in the first they're going to be. What are you going to do, trade up? Are you going to trade up, you old man? You're not going to do anything. The only trades you make are the ones that hurt this team. Thank God we did something for George Pickens. Thank God there's something we can look back on this offseason and say we did something good. But you know who who George Pickens' agent is? David Mulgeta. Why don't you go ahead and trade him to the Packers too? And this is not me saying Jerry is the only man I don't like in this negotiation and this whole deal. No, I got beef with Mulgeta. Mulgeta's pissed me off from the start. The only guy that I think I can look at this and say, you know what, I understand where you're coming from is MICAH. David Mulgeta just cares about the money. Of course, as a Cowboys fan, I'm going to be mad at him because he has now pushed that to a point. $47 million is just insane. I don't think I could sit here and say, I don't think I could sit here and say realistically, yeah, I would have given $47 million to Micah. Am I going to be for real here? I wouldn't have given Micah Parsons $47 million a year. But I also wouldn't have waited until a week before the season started to get your contract done for a generational player, a guy that is doing shit that has not been done in decades. And the only other guy that has done what Micah's done in his career was on Green Bay. And what makes this even more idiotic, and everyone wants to be like, oh, the storylines write themselves. We're not going to sit here and try to make Dallas look smart. We're not going to sit here and try to make Jerry look like a marketing genius. He just traded the best defensive player in this league, arguably at his prime, is going to be the best player in the league. I think Micah Parsons, when he's on the field, nobody is better than him. Nobody can have a single game-altering aspect on that game. He would have to be in the same arena as Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, maybe Lamar Jackson. The only reason I don't say Lamar Jackson is because he hasn't been to a Super Bowl. And Josh Allen, I mean, he's been to a lot of conference championships. He hasn't even been to the Super Bowl. And I know that same argument stands for Micah. He hasn't been to the Super Bowl. Guess what? This time next year, we are not going to be saying that. Green Bay is going to the conference championship. It is anyone's guess who they're going to be going up against. But the Green Bay Packers are the best team in the NFC. If Jordan Love is hitting on all cylinders, if Josh Jacobs is still Josh Jacobs, and they also just drafted a wide receiver, the Packers are the team to beat in the NFL. It's not the Eagles anymore because the Eagles got weaker. They lost talent. Sure, they drafted well. I think Jahad Campbell's going to be a great get for them. And they're going to steamroll the Cowboys. Probably going to be, 48-7? Let's say 48-7. It's a random ass score. Let's say, 48, 42-7. Who knows? I would be surprised if the Cowboys score more than one touchdown. We're looking at a team in Green Bay that has a young quarterback getting paid $55 million a year, a young pass rusher getting paid $47 million a year, a very, very cheap wide receiver core that is insanely deep, a running back that is only getting paid $8. Josh Jacobs is getting paid $8 million a year. Jair Alexander, they got rid of. Their secondary is questionable, but doesn't matter because you kept your young talent in Rashawn Gary. You kept Lucas Van Ness. You got rid of Kenny Clark after his least productive season, after his worst graded season, after a season where Packers fans did nothing but complain about how he was giving up. And now you decide to go get him. It's tiring. It's absolutely tiring, man. Yeah, the Cowboys are the worst team in the NFC East. I mean, maybe probably still the Giants, but the Cowboys are bad. The Cowboys, I think, are a bottom. What? Like, let's look at the team. Let's look at the teams in the NFC now. Without MICAH Parsons, let's look at the teams in the NFC that are better. Or I should say that are worse. The Bears have an argument. The Bears could easily be better than the Cowboys. Lions, Packers, Vikings, those teams are all better built than the Cowboys. I would say the Panthers, the Saints. Falcons defense is bad. I would put the Falcons below the Cowboys, but you never know with their offense. The Cardinals, yeah. Rams, no. 49ers, definitely not. Yeah, I would say right now, if we're looking at all the different teams, I would take. Let's go through these standings last year. Yeah, I think it's very easy to say the Panthers, the Saints, the Falcons, the Cardinals, and the Giants are the only teams that I would say I would confidently put Dallas over, but Dallas is probably going to be worse than a couple of those teams. If we're being realistic, Dallas is going to be worse than a couple of those teams. Because now let's look at the schedule. And see what we've got. So when you look at something that is as detrimental as a interconference schedule, you are in a rough one. Don't look at the Callaway pre-owned ads. I think you know what I've been surfing for. But this is a tough schedule. And before this trade went down, I would say I'd probably put Dallas at 10 wins. I don't know if I would put them there. I don't know if I put them at 10 anymore. Philadelphia is running through them. I wouldn't be shocked if they drop a game to New York, but New York's offense is so terrible, I think they go both. Washington, we beat them last year with Cooper Rush. I think we can split. With Washington. I think we can win one at home. We're losing to Chicago. We're losing to Green Bay. Green Bay is going to fucking wipe the floor with us. And of course, that's a Sunday night game. We'll beat New York. We'll beat Carolina. Denver's going to destroy us. Wouldn't be shocked if we lost to Arizona. Wouldn't be shocked if we lost to Las Vegas. Our run defense is going to be terrible. Yeah, Philadelphia is going to sweep us. I mean, let's count up these losses. That's 1, 2, since it's at Chicago. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll give the. Oh wait, no, that's the home game. So we'll give Washington the later game. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's give them Arizona. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7 and 10. 7 and 10. I don't think I could go any higher than that. I don't think I can go any higher than 7 and 10. The Cowboys need a lot of things. They need a lot of things right now. They need a new GM. They need a new owner. They need a new family to come in. They need a new reality. Wow. 'Insane. 2026 first round pick, 2027 first round pick, Pro Bowler, Denny. Oh, wow. Kenny Clark was a Pro Bowler. When was the last time Kenny Clark was a Pro Bowler? Let me guess, 2022? 2023. Ain't going to be one this year. I'll tell you that. A 3-time Pro Bowler. He ain't going to be one this year, dude. Dude. Kenny Clark's gonna be asked for us. I bet you. How many years are left on his deal? Let's go look at Kenny Clark's deal. Look, I'm sorry, Kenny. I want you to be so good. I want you to be so good for us. The Cowboys have freed up $19 million of 2025 cap space per the Micah Parsons and Kenny Clark trade, and now hold an estimated $42 million, the second most in the NFL. Doesn't matter when you don't use it. Let's look at Kenny Clark's contract. Spot Rack, where are you? Spot Rack, where are you? There you are. He is currently on a 3-year, $64 million deal. And he's on his current extension. So, luckily, Green Bay is eating up a majority of that cap space. But this guy's 30. This guy is 30. 26-year-old generational pass rusher, and we got a fat 30-year-old defensive tackle who just had the worst season of his career. But guys, he's a Pro Bowler. He's a Pro Bowler. I would have said, hell no. Hell no. Who in the right mind thinks that this is a smart trade? Who in the right mind? And look, I understand. It is very, very scary to go out and look at the cap casualty that is going to be the Packers. When it comes to re-signing their players in a couple of years, maybe like I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Because you re-sign the two most important ones. You've got the two most important ones locked down. So they're not even in that big of a pickle. Their first round picks haven't been that big of a hit, but 5 years they got to worry about Matthew Golden. 3 years they got to worry about Lucas Van Ness if he even ends up producing for them. That's the other thing. Let me find something else to get mad at. How did you not get Lucas Van Ness? I understand he's a project. He ain't that good. Dude, you just traded away an edge and you couldn't get an edge. And you like your edge room? Look. I think this is great for Donovan Izaraku. I think Marshawn Nealon, Sam Williams, Fowler, Donovan Izaraku, they're on the way up. They're on the way up. They're going to have all of and I'm sure this defense is not going to be terrible, but it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. I've had to burn so many Cowboys jerseys in the last year. I don't wear Trayvon all that much because he was hurt last year. Hopefully he stays on the team. He's probably not because Micah is gone and that's his best buddy. Oh my God. Micah Parsons is one of 29 players. Matthew Golden, yes, Lord. I wanted Matthew Golden and Micah Parsons to be teammates, and I guess it ended up happening. This didn't deserve to be the last picture Cowboys fans remember of Micah Parsons. Wow. Him laying on the table. That is the last thing we'll see. The last thing that the Packers are going to leave us with is this shit. Ha ha! Hey, that team that has terrified you in the last 3 playoff losses that have absolutely gutted your team? The team that in the damn documentary that you just continue to keep promoting said gutted you, said that was the worst loss in your 35 or whatever career. You just gave them 3 Super Bowls. Let's say 3 appearances, 2 Super Bowls. Let's say the AFC takes one of them. Let's be smart. God, this is great for his podcast, though. This is absolutely insane for his podcast. That's true. Shut up. Yeah, let's get off Twitter. Shout out to Marcus Lawrence. Shout out Jordan Lewis for leaving. God. Oh, my Lord.
I hope you bulletproof for this about to hurt.
Yeah, that's how Cowboys fans feel. Oh my God, dude, the amount of JFK jokes that are going around right now. All right, let's get to real commentary. Yeah, I have no idea how we got here. I mean, it's just and the thing that is insane is wow, did this really just get fucking posted? Written on a post-it note. Green Bay says Micah Parsons, no matter what. Let's go through it. Wow. David Mulgeta. You piece of shit. All right, here we go. The full contract. This makes me sick to my stomach. 4 years, $188 million. $120 million guaranteed, 136 guaranteed total. He will be an unrestricted free agent in 2030. 2030, he's coming home, baby. Woo! Yeah, this team just continues to torture us. This team just continues to torture us, man. I just don't see like how there's a good end to this. How can you pivot? Right? How can you pivot? Because when we're looking at next year's draft class, which you have to be banking on now, God, you gotta hope everybody dies in Green Bay for this to be a good draft pick, or you got to use it to move up, which they very much well could. But I'm just worried, man. I'm just worried because I mean, you got Tyler Smith, you've got George Pickens, you've got Deron Bland is a free agent next year. You've got all these guys that you need to pay. Start knocking them out now, you old fuck. Yeah, I mean that's just insane. That's just insane. Yeah, I think right now Arch Manning is expected to be in Texas for the next couple of years. So that's the name I keep seeing thrown around a lot. As like, oh, well, this just means that they're going to get Arch. Still paying Dak $60 million a year. So I don't know how that's going to really help anything. Yeah, I mean, the press tour is going to be insane. The press tour is going to be insane. It's all going to be publicity, but none of it's going to be good publicity. I will say the one thing that I was saying about this entire deal was, is this going to be Emmitt Smith or is this going to be Herschel Walker? And I don't think it's going to be either because Herschel Walker left the Cowboys and was not as good. Micah is heading into his prime. This man is heading into his prime. He's going to get better. He's going to get so much better. It's not even funny how much better he's going to get. And the more and more that we dive into this rabbit hole, the more and more that we try to sit here and contemplate if this is worth it, if we really are getting the good end of the stick here, we're not. We're not. Because if anyone wants to come out and compare anything like this to Herschel, look, Herschel was really, really good in 1988. He broke 1,000 yards twice in his career. He did not open up as a historically amazing running back. He was good in the receiving game. He was good on the ground. He was a great dynamic back. But Herschel Walker was not a Walter Payton level guy. He didn't end up being. He didn't start off his career being a Walter Payton level guy. Was he damn good? Yeah. But Herschel Walker, in my opinion, from what I've looked at in the past, was not the best running back in the league. Because you look back at his resume, you look back at what his body of work was with the Cowboys, he did not make a single All-Pro first team. He was on the All-Pro second team, but he didn't make an All-Pro first team. Now, 2 All-Pros in your first 3 years is pretty insane. But 3 All-Pros in your first 4 years is even better. And he would have gotten 4 straight if he wasn't hurt this year. NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year, 2-time first-team All-Pro, 1-time second-team All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler, is going to be one of the biggest what-ifs in Cowboys history. He is one of the highest-ranked prospects, and dare I say it, the best defensive prospect to ever come through Dallas. And on the same month that Jerry Jones releases his stupid little documentary that I actually enjoyed, he tells the same story over and over and over and over and over and over again. This is a man that is built on pride. This is a man that came in as an oil man, cosplaying as a football fanboy. You ever watch pro wrestling? I know there's not a lot of people that watch pro wrestling out there, but do you know the term mark? A mark in professional wrestling is somebody that is a fan. Somebody that masquerades as an expert, but is a fan. You mark out for a certain wrestler. You mark out for a certain brand. Jerry Jones is a mark. He is the mark of football. He was a one-hit wonder when he was a co-captain with Arkansas. Won a national championship alongside Jimmy Johnson and a roster that was not highlighted by Jerry Jones. He did not play football professionally. He did not. He is a man that has done so much as a businessman. And as an owner of the team, phenomenal. He is one of, if not still to this day, the best owner in football. Because an owner promotes the team, an owner oversees the team, and an owner puts butts in seats. But Jerry Jones does not have that same drive. When you watch that documentary, you see deals like Dion. You see what happened with Emmett. You see the massive, massive deals with Aikman and Herschel Walker and Michael Irvin. But the one that continues to stand out to me, and one that I think is the best parallel in this situation, not calling him bipolar, MICAH that is, Charles Haley. Charles Haley was a big people wrecker. That's what he was. He was not a generational level prospect like MICAH was, but he was a vibrant, active, and flamboyant character that ultimately ended up being a locker room cancer. Now, there's been a lot of talk around podcast Parsons and all this other stuff. The people that were mad at MICAH's podcasting, they're gone. It's a new regime. It's a younger culture. It's a younger locker room. One that was behind MICAH. this entire way through. Not one Cowboys player is going to be happy, is going to be timid. They're all going to be upset. Nobody is happy. Nobody is happy. Micah and Steven, what in the hell happened between those two players for Steven to come out and say, I think we should trade him? And that's what worries me the most about this whole Jerry Jones situation, is he is on his last legs. Not talking about his lifespan. He is on his last legs as a general manager. This is the end. And if you think, no, he wants to run. No, this is the end. Because if Green Bay wins a championship within the next 4 years and Dallas refuses to make any moves that makes them a better contender, and they are dormant in the trade market, and they don't make any big-time free agency splashes, and they still carry on with this current dilemma of not improving, Jerry is going to be outed. He's going to be outed. There is no way that the Packers leave with a ring in this trade and Jerry leaves with his GM job in a casket. And I would love to say, thank God, Jerry, the GM is done. But you know what's even worse? Stephen Jones, the GM. That is terrifying. That is terrifying. The Cowboys are just a week away from getting steamrolled by the Philadelphia Eagles. Micah Parsons couldn't be happier. David Moketta's greedy ass couldn't be happier. All he does is keep on getting money. That's all he does. That's all he knows how to do, is to get his guys money, and he did just that. He did just that. He got Micah Parsons the most money. I'm glad your agenda worked, David. It worked. It worked. You scared Jerry Jones. He rolled over on his belly, and he got played like a fucking fiddle. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe we can get lucky and poach the number 1 overall pick from someone. Maybe we can Nico Harrison luck this thing out. I'm going to go cry. See y'all.